That didn't work out right at all. Apologies to those watching. Let me try this again. Drummer Corey, thanks for the heads up. Should have volume now. Apology. This was a rough start. My My sheet music program did not correctly connect to my recording program, which runs everything, and then things went wrong from there. Whew. Rough start. See if we can get this a little bit. I'm going to start this song over so people can actually hear it. All right, here we go. For those listening, thank you for coming in. I haven't had a start to a show that rough in like probably 6 or 7 months. That was brutal. Everything went wrong there. We're playing Finite Reality today. First song, let's see here. Let's get this set up into position. Okay. This might work a little bit. This first song is called The First Funeral. All right, we made it through the first song somehow. Whew, rough start, right? Yeah, I used to have rough starts quite often. That was unexpected today. I thought I had everything in really good shape, but it's like you get that one thing and it just throws so many other, it branches out and just throws everything else off. So the drummer Corey, thank you very much for letting me know that was not working. Drummer Corey also says seeing a lot of streams that are having technical difficulties today, including you. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, and you know it sucks when you're sitting there, you're watching someone, you're like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just watching on the other end of a computer screen, you know, and they just got to work through it, and you can like, here's what I see or hear, and that's all you can do. So. Yeah, nonetheless, thank you very much for being here. Oh, and my chat is not... I'm still not sure why I have to do this refresh thing. It's easy, but I always forget to do it. There we go. There's our little chickadee chat. All right. Well, yes, we are playing. We're good. I think I was mentioning this like yesterday or the day before while I was streaming, that every time I do a stream, it feels like I'm like standing up in a canoe trying to paddle across a lake, man, and it's just, everything feels like I'm just about to fall into the drink all the time. It's crazy. And today we came close, but I'm still standing, so let's keep paddling across this lake. This next piece is called The Ghost of Temptation. Dude Pruitt coming in from Live Space Beta. Open beta now. Public, open to the public. Go over and check it out. Beta.live.space. Use some other dots if you want to in there. Dude asks, how do you choose what guitar to use on which day? Random, dice, duel at high noon? Dueling at high noon, the only thing I've got against that is it involves other people, and I'd much rather just remain introverted. It's pretty random, really. The green one, the green saber, is hanging up there. You probably can't see this green right now. That's the one I use the most, and this is kind of default to being my primary. I'm dropping my picks here. And then, sometimes if I want to just kind of like have a little more rock appearance, then I'll use my V. Kind of a more metal look there. And this one, I just felt like it today. So really, I would say random is probably, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. There could be if I wanted there to be, I could do, most of my albums have been recorded either with the green Ibanez Saber or the black Ibanez Saber. So I could just coincide with whatever that album is recorded with, but I rarely do that. I think the last time I actually did that was on my 66th album release, where I wanted to make sure I was playing the same guitar. But on subsequent times playing that album, I was just whatever guitar. Do It Pruitt says, I like the white. Big classic fan. Yeah, this one, I have looked around at possibly getting a little different, another guitar. And it's I got 3 black ones. I want a purple guitar. And I think for the purple that I want, I would have to buy a guitar and then either get a custom paint job or do the paint job. So, yeah. Hey, Miss Katana Blue coming in from Twitch. Thanks for being here. Get those chats up there. Good to see you, Deirdre. I hope you are doing well. I replied to your message on the Discord, and that I figure if that person was harassing you, they were probably harassing others, so they have been banned from the Mad Poet Discord. The first person I've banned from the Discord. That was fun. Something I think that people don't really get about me is that I've never unbanned anyone. I've banned people on Twitch. I've banned people on Kick. I have now banned people on my Discord. Person on my Discord. And none of them have ever been unbanned. I've had a couple of small requests. Hey, I've learned my lesson. I'm like, nah, I don't think you have. Because I find that people don't. Once you have shown me who you are, I tend to believe you. I've been burned on that too much. I'm not young anymore. I'm freaking old. I mean, my daughter's in her 30s. I'm old. I've learned that giving people second chances often doesn't work. Once you're banned, you're Dunsky. I agree, Miss Katonic. That is so true. It was fun for the kids. And I figure if that person wants to speak directly with me, then they can message me and I will explain things, but I'm not going to unban them. If you happen to be listening, you know who you are. And don't come back. All that, and it happened less than 6 hours ago. Miss Katonic Blue says she got back from shark tagging today. It was a crazy day. You know, I would imagine that when you're tagging sharks, that probably qualifies as a crazy day. I think I would have to roll into that one, being pretty accurate. It's I have scuba dived once. It was awesome. Sharks, yeah, swimming with sharks. That's cool. That is super cool. Closest I get to that is I jog by a field of cows and talk to them almost every day. Not nearly as dangerous as being underwater with sharks, but you know, you do what you can. So not as exciting either. It's just like, hey cows, what's up? And they're like, that's about it. Okay, cows are awesome. I full on agree with you there. Like, it is so great running by on my field. There's like 9 cows out in this one field, and they're just hanging out, just being awesome. And they're completely freaking adorable. And I think they like me. I think they like me quite a bit. There's been 2 times that I almost got one to start running with me. They wouldn't quite go. I think that would be awesome if those cows start like running up the field with me. And Miss Katonic Blue is pointing out that this is for permitted science. To be clear, she is not going out and like torturing sharks or anything. I know Deirdre very well. We've known each other for like 15 years. She's a very nice person, and she would not hurt a shark. There you go. So yes, that sometimes you do unfortunately have to clarify your position on those things, because people might be like, "What's she doing to the poor sharks?" And yeah, I can definitely promise people that she is not out hurting sharks. Valor Pride. I don't know what Valor is. Is that a type of shark, perhaps? I don't know that word, so I'm unable to link up with you on this one. But yes, Valor Pride, let's do it. Oh, it's an emoji. Gotcha. I probably wouldn't. I so totally don't know emojis at all. I'm the worst. All right. Maybe I'll do I should do a shark with a guitar emoji on Kick. On Kick.com, I can do custom emotes, and that's really cool. So I've got like about 10 or so for all users, and I've got another half dozen for my subscribers on Kick. But I should make some shark humor, because sharks are cool. I got some octopus ones. Those I would say octopuses are probably my favorite. Aquatic animal. Oh, okay, so your emoji did show up on this other one that shows Twitch. Okay, yeah, it doesn't show up on. It's kind of weird how that works with the certain things, like on DLive, when people DLive is a really great chat, and you got big emoticon things that are super cool, and those come through on the multi-chat, but apparently some of the Twitch ones, I know I've seen others come up. Drummer Corey's worked, he came off a Kick. So anyway, I don't understand which emojis work and which don't, but nonetheless, rock and roll. All right, let's keep it going. This next piece is called On the Run. With some water here. We were up in the triple digits Fahrenheit a couple days ago, and I did go for a run that day, but I waited until late in the evening, cooled down to about 95, 96 by the time I was done with the run. So it was upper 90s. I'll still run, but I'm pretty cautious about how far I go and making sure I got plenty of water and all that kind of stuff. Today it looks like it's only going to be mid-90s, so I'll probably go for a run. Sarah's coming back home tonight. She's been out for work and working on her dad's house for the last week or so. I'm looking forward to seeing her, but she won't be back until pretty late. I want to slow her down a little bit here. Oh, Miss Katonic Blue says, that is too hot. Your heat index is up. It is up, yeah. But people have been denying climate change for the last, 60 years, and now we're paying a price. Hope that worked out for the rich. So yes, stay hydrated. So we're going to slow it down here a bit. This next one is in E Locrian, a diminished mode. Diminished is cool. This is called You May Be Wondering. Rootman coming in with the custom Mad Poet emojis on Kick. Thanks for being here, Rootman. Hope you are doing well. And of course, wherever you're coming in from, thank you very much for being a part of the Mad Poet Show. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Zarniver also coming in from Kick.com. Greetings, welcome, salutations. Hope you are also doing well. Zarniver, my first ever subscriber, which was really awesome. Had a few subscribers since then. I greatly appreciate everyone, whether you're a subscriber, a follower, viewer, listener, smeller, whatever you are out there. Do what you do and do it well. Or do it poorly if that's what makes you happy. All right, glad to hear you doing good there. Thanks, Root Man. We're slower down here a bit. We're kind of keeping it slow. That last one was kind of a slow piece. This one in B flat minor. I've told this story a million times. I need to start finding better ways to interact in between my songs. I feel like I'm scripted. I've got everything scripted out, so I need to come up with some better stuff to talk about. But this one's in B flat minor. It's dedicated to my grandma Marie, and kind of subsequently alternately dedicated to my friend Susan because of the derivative work she created from it, which was just amazing. That's all I got. I'm gonna play this. It's a really nice piece. I really enjoy the way this came out. This is called The Shadow's Embrace. Thank you, Zarniver. Appreciate that. It is a nice piece. It's a pleasant one to just kind of kick back and listen to. I think that's what my friend Susan, she, just after I released that, I think it might have been the same day, she talked to me and said, would you mind if I created my own version of this? And it's an interesting thing that it's legal to do a cover tune without permission. And it gets into some gray areas, whether it becomes a cover tune or a derivative work, and there's some different kind of licensing involved, but legally, anyone, once a song has been published, it is legal for anyone to do a new version of it. There is a rate that you have to pay to the original artist or copyright holder. But if, in a case like Susan, she can just be like, hey, can I do this? And I'll just be like, yeah, of course, because it's an honor. And it's a very unfortunate legal reason why we can do cover tunes. And this is an interesting part of music history, and it doesn't get brought up very often. I learned this from Joe Escalante. He's the bass player for the Vandals, punk band out of California, and he's also a judge on the California State Bar. So it's an interesting combo, and it seems like a very cool guy. He's talked about this on his radio show a few times, that back when radio really started becoming a thing, there started being more music distribution, there were a lot of songs, really great songs, being written by black artists, and the middle and upper class white American parents didn't want their children consuming this music, and so they put this law in place which allowed there to be all these great songs. There could now be a palatable version made by white artists. And it's like, it's just such a terrible reason that we're able to do cover tunes. And, so many things, it kind of starts out like that. It's like, there's this terrible reason why we do it. It's cool that we, without that law in place, we wouldn't have like Johnny Cash's version of Hurt, which is just a brilliant cover tune. But it is very unfortunate where that kind of legality comes from. So because of that, Susan could have just said, I'm going to do a cover of your song, and there's nothing you can do. But Susan's not a mean person. She's like one of the nicest people I've ever met. And so she contacted me. Alex, I think it might have been the same day. It was definitely shortly after I put the album out. And I was just like, yeah, that would be awesome. And her version of it is a choral version. And she put words to it and stuff, and it's killer. I would really like to hear it done by, I've heard it as an electronic version, because you can play the sheet music, like the sheet music that I'm using here, you can play that back as an electronic version. It's really cool, but I would love to hear it with an actual, like a large choir really do that. I would be like breaking out in a cold sweat, and I wouldn't be able to sleep that night. That's the kind of thing I would lose sleep over. Gotta love this history of it. Yeah, Miskatonic Blue here from Twitch. Why do we suck, but also we love music? Yeah. I don't know. Why do we suck? Why do human beings suck? It's maybe, I going into pure conjecture here. Maybe the evolutionary niche of intellect is just a bad idea. I don't know. I mean, I've never been any other kind of creature. And so, I don't know. Is it better to be a mule deer or a banana slug or a human or a dolphin or an octopus? Definitely better to be an octopus. But I don't know. Maybe just intelligence seems like a great idea because we think we're intelligent. And, we've accomplished so much with the wheel and cities and wars and all that. Or maybe it'd be better just to be a dolphin, just like swimming around and getting after it. I don't know. Maybe we just suck because intelligence is our evolutionary niche. It's as reasonable an answer as everything. Here's what I would suggest. If you want to talk about this, look up Forrest Valkai, Valkai. He's a biologist out of, I believe, Oklahoma, and he's got a bit of a presence on the internet, And he is, imagine like a more excited version of me when I'm talking about music theory. And that's what Forrest is like when he's talking about biology. And he is a sharp dude. I really like his content. And I might do this at some point. Get in touch with him and just be like, is it possible that intelligence as an evolutionary niche is just a terrible idea? It would be really interesting to watch him go off on this, because like I said, just the enthusiasm he has and the way he approaches so much of what he does. It's really cool. And I've got this weird thing where in the lens of the camera, I can see the reflection of the light in my guitar. So my guitar is reflecting in the lens of the camera and the light, so I can see the light in the lens of the camera. This is stupid. I want to play some music. You know what? You know what we're going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. This piece is called To Think Beyond Rationality. Mateus can't quite see that. Mateus Rories, I believe I got that right. Apologies if I butchered your username. Says, sick guitar, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Hope you are enjoying the Mad Poet Show, because I am enjoying doing the Mad Poet Show, because I'm the Mad Poet, and this is my show. I think I got that whole tautology all set up for us now. Hope everyone out there is having a great time, doing what you do and doing it well. All I do is play guitar, and I used to say that all I do is play guitar and eat pizza, but I've been on this keto diet, and I haven't had pizza in like 2.5 months, and it's just sick and wrong and unethical, really, to just not eat pizza. It's just unethical. Some people might not call that an ethic, but I gotta go with what I got, you know? What do you do? I'll tell you what you do. You just keep on playing guitar, baby. I will keep doing those sick riffs, Mateus. In fact, let's play another song here. For those who maybe are unfamiliar with what we do, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Right now, we are playing my 60th album, which is titled Finite Reality. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to flip over and do my 59th album, which is called Hard 6. I think I've got three more songs on this album before we flip over to the other one. This next piece is called Thought is All I Am. What do we got coming up here now? Yes. Yes, yes. This song, often when I play it, it feels like it should be the last song of the album. And it's almost like the last song is actually like an encore because it's also a really good last song of the album. Works out really nicely that way. But these are both very fun songs to play. And I'll talk a little bit about the next one. It's got a little bit of a cool backstory to it when I get there. Got Amphibio1231. Apologies for the username. Saving the best for last. Well, I got these are the last two songs of this album, but then I'm going to switch over and now I'm going to play my entire 59th album when I get done with this one. So we still got a good, probably hour plus of music coming up. So, and that one, that album I'm playing next is called Hard Six. And that one, I really do like the ending of that album for the closer of the show. Because on most of my albums, I go really upbeat for the last song. And on that album, it may be my slowest song of all of them that I've put out. And it's just got this really great feel. It's a really nice way to end it. So from that perspective, yes. Nonetheless, thank you very much for being here. I don't believe that you're coming from Twitch. I thought you were on Kick. And yeah. And so Amphibio1231, welcome to the Mad Poet Society. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Do appreciate it. And for those of you on other platforms, if you follow or subscribe or become a fan or like or whatever it is on that particular platform, sometimes I don't see it. A lot of the platforms I'm unable to see those things on, so apologies if I have missed any of that. Of course, if you're coming in from Africa.tv, I can't even see your chat messages, but I don't think I get much traction on there anyway. But I appreciate you coming in no matter where you're from. No matter what platform you're coming in from, what time it is in your time zone or whatever. I was going to try to segue into this song from that, but it just doesn't match up. Let's just get into it. This piece is called A Pile of Skulls. A heap of that's awesome, Mr. Tonic. A heap of craniums, nothing but noggins. No, that's excellent. Digging it. Zarnivar, glad that you're just chilling out there. Having a nice evening. Appreciate you having the Mad Poet be a part of that evening. And Root Man still coming in with the emojis from Twitch. Got some cool ones going on there. Not sure what that middle one is, but I like it. So this next piece, from a music theory perspective, is very cool for me. I like playing this. And when I was writing it, I've explained this before, but I want to expand it a little bit. So I was writing this, and I was writing it in E minor. I thought I was writing it in E minor. And so I started using the sharp 7th note of the scale, which makes it a harmonic minor. And I wasn't very deep into it. I realized, wait a minute, I'm using a Phrygian mode with a sharp 7. Which gives these consecutive half steps, which typically scales don't have consecutive half steps. And it's kind of an interesting thing when we start working with triads and stuff, when we have consecutive half steps. And this particular scale is known as a Neapolitan minor. And this is the only time I've ever worked with it, completely on accident. When I realized the mistake, I'm like, I'm just going to stick with it because this sounds really cool. It led to some pretty cool chord ideas within the song. And then so by the time I got to, the solos, I realized what I was doing. So I'm like, okay, now how am I going to use this in context? And I'll tell you, it's something I'm still figuring out. As I do this live and I improvise these solos, it's like, okay, maybe if I do it this way, I'm going to fiddle with that this way. Okay, I'll go into the Neapolitan minor here and stay out of it over here. It's a really cool piece from how I kind of adventure through it as a guitarist. Last song of the album, but not last song of the show. This is called Before Eternity. All right, it is time to switch over here. That's the end of Finite Reality. And I just want to make sure that things are in order with my chat. It's possible if you message me right now that I may miss it. I'm doing a quick little reconnection there while I set this up. And let's see if we can get this in the right place. A little of this. I'm going to have to break into this guitar and check out the wiring. I got a couple guitars I need to do that with. Some cables I need to do it with as well. Alrighty then. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do something and I don't know what it is. Okay. Let's see if my... Okay, we got the audio back. Good. Let's get that sheet music open back up. Boom. Coming up now. And Hard 6. This first song is dedicated to my man Jesse. We used to play together in a heavy metal band. He's an awesome bass player. Very cool guy. This piece is called Visions of Ecstasy. And for bio, needs to get going, keep on rocking. I will keep on rocking. I hope you stop back in. I stream most days. Not every day, but I try to get on as often as I can. So we hope to see you around again, and feel free to check us out on other platforms as well. I've actually had a few people lately tell me that the audio quality is better on Kick.com than it is on Twitch. So I know a lot of people are migrating that direction. Feel free to check us out wherever, but I appreciate people coming in from any platform. And thanks for the new follow. Greatly appreciated there. All right, I need more water. Yeah, Deirdre, I think that the good to know is about the Kick.com. And feel free to check it out and see what you think over on your end. I would like to hear more opinions, but I have had a few people tell me that. And Kick is very similar to Twitch. And so if you're comfortable with the interface on Twitch, it'll be very similar over on Kick. Where like if you switch to DLive or Nono or Vaughn TV, those are very different interface. But Kick and Twitch are very similar. And yeah, a lot of people are liking Kick. It was a little iffy at first because it's apparently Kick.com is owned by some online casino, and so people were thinking it was like some money laundering scheme or something. And it's it almost compared to Twitch, it almost feels like one of those too good to be true things. It's like on Twitch, if you get a subscriber, which is like $5 a month, Twitch keeps half, you keep half. On Kick.com, you get 95%. It's to the user, to me, so it is better. And I haven't had any trouble with it yet. It seems like people's predictions of it being a bad system have not come to fruition. That's all I know. That's all I got. But I like it. I like it so far. I also like the title of this next song, The Night of the Vampire's Forlorn Revolution. People forget that Twitch started out with gambling and then phased it out. Okay. Twitch kicked all the gambling people off, so Kick was started by... Oh, okay, that all tracks. That makes sense. I can get behind that. And I agree with Zarniver's statement here that Kick has a lot of really cool streamers, a lot of cool people. When I first got on it, I was a little suspect as I was kind of, working things out, because I did have to ban 2 people right away within like my first couple of streams, and I was like, I know right at the beginning there was kind of this idea that people had that Kick didn't have a terms of service, which you can repudiate that notion by scrolling to the bottom of kick.com and clicking on the thing that says terms of service to find out that they do. And so a lot of people kind of saw it, I think, as a refuge for trolls. And I think that some of the trolls kind of bought into that, but I think also very quickly the streamers were like, hey, I don't like it when you do this. So after I banned those 2 people, I haven't had a single other trouble with anyone. It's been a very cool community. Kick pays 95% is what I get on subscribers, which is fantastic. It's really good. And I think that the community kind of self-cleaned, and so that the jerks kind of went away. Because I think a whole bunch of people, like this, the first person that I banned put a swastika in my chat. And I'm like, nope, that doesn't work. It was immediate ban. I'm like, I don't care what you think your rights are. This is not a Second Amendment issue if you're here in the US. This is my area. And so instant ban. But yeah, that happened once. And then one other person put some incendiary comments, so just inappropriate comments. I'm not going to say what they were, but ban, gone, and they won't be coming back, because that's how I do things. They seem a little more relied on the rules, but they're new, so once they get going, I agree with that. They probably will tighten up, absolutely. But like, and a gal that I really like on there, Sabrina Solo Show, who I've rated before, and she's really cool, and she's got some really fun songs. She's kind of a cool setup. She plays guitar, and then with the heels of her feet, she controls a kick drum and a snare drum, and she's just up there dancing away, kicking and snaring and playing her guitar and singing, and she's got great stuff. I was watching one of her shows, and she mentioned that she'd had to ban a couple people, but they were actually people that came over from Twitch when she switched over. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, maybe those people felt a little more emboldened on the new platform or whatever. But no, I'm really pleased with it. And like people like Sabrina Solo Show, Darth Rips, who occasionally comes into our chat here, Benji Rivas, just great stuff. Just really cool, talented people. Not that there aren't some really cool, talented people over on Twitch, like Holly Tatnell, Scene of Action, Mandy Prater, Emily Henry. I mean, there's great stuff over there. And some of those people are also, eyeing Twitch a little bit. You do, yeah, and that's true. You're going to get some jerks on absolutely every platform. And yeah, people trying to troll and all of that. And so... yeah, you just treat them like a little puppy and just spring them. No. Sometimes you just got to treat people like we talked about earlier with the cover tune laws. People can really suck, and if you're going to be in my community, then you don't get to suck, because that's the way we do things here at the Mad Poet Society. Yeah, and Twitch, I think, is pretty much centered around video gaming. There are some great musicians over there, the ones I mentioned, and many others who I don't watch on a regular basis. But hey, you know what? It's all right, Deirdre. We got you there. We got you. In Twitch, they seem to come in packs. Yeah, I've never actually done a timeout. I'm like the kind of person that I'm like, okay, if you're going to keep pushing, and then I go straight to the ban. And like I mentioned earlier in this show, to date, I have never unbanned someone. I'm not going to say that I never will, but it's going to have to be a pretty interesting set of circumstances for me to unban someone. Because I'm just the kind of person that I can just write someone off. And I've done that with like friendships of decades before. Like I'm not going to give details here, but there was a friend that he and his wife told a few lies, and I was like, yeah, that's done. And that's been over 10 years now, and I'm like, no, I guess it's been about 7 or 8 years. But yeah, it's like, doesn't bother me a bit to just write a person completely off, no matter how close I was. So some random stranger on the internet is gonna have to have a really solid set of circumstances for me to write them back on, to unban them. And then they can just drown in the tides of sorrow. Miskatonic Blue getting to know each other. And Rootman's bouncing around between Twitch and Kick. I like it when people are like on all the different platforms and just kind of bopping around. And I need to update the list of links on my Discord. I need to get them all in there so people can go to wherever they want and check out the less common I gotta break into this guitar. Yeah. Trolls seem to have died out a bit. Yeah. Yeah, is TikTok full of trolls? I don't go on TikTok. I've got a TikTok account. And, I just never go on there. It's never really appealed to me. I was thinking about doing like some YouTube shorts or TikTok stuff, and it doesn't seem like my style. Speaking of not doing short stuff, next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to start a show. This is kind of a set in stone thing. I'm going to be playing all 3 Asemic writings. I've only ever played the first 2 live, so the third one, this will be the first time playing that. And so if you're unfamiliar, every 17th album I do is part of the Asemic Writing series. And all of those albums have only one song. And the song is 52 minutes, 25 seconds long. So I'm going to play 3 songs in a row. They're each 52 minutes, 25 seconds. And when I'm in my recording program on these, I actually bring it in to within 1/1000th of a second. So the track is as close to 52:25 as I can possibly get it. And so it's going to be an interesting show. Just 3 songs straight through. And I've already talked to all 3 of the people that I've dedicated those songs to, which are Ray, Stephanie, and my daughter Renee. Renee is the third one, so hers has never been played before. They're all available on Tuesday. I was like, oh, that's awesome. They will all be able to be there. So if you're not faint of heart and you can actually handle long songs, that'll be an interesting one to tune into. And it's cool too, because when you're playing 4-minute, 6-minute, 7-minute song, 2-minute song, I mean, you can get into it, but it's not the same. Once you've been playing for 15, 20 minutes nonstop, you just kind of go into a different level of flow. And it's a cool thing to do. I think I've only played Asemic Writings Part 2 one time before, and I think that I might have played the first one 3 times, 2 or 3 times. But I'm really looking forward to that. That may be like an empty set. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be interested in listening to songs that are nearly an hour long, but it's going to be cool. So anyway, yeah. So you also don't use TikTok. There's Rootman there. Yeah. So short is really not my kind of preferred format so much. I like long stuff. But I do have a song that's only 3 seconds long. It is titled A Very Short Song. It was put out as a single. And I have the 3 Asemic Writings. I am working on the 4th Asemic Writings right now. That'll be album number 68. So that's 2 albums away. I've probably composed about a third of that song, maybe a little more. And of course, it will again be 52 minutes, 25 seconds long. And I'm looking forward to that. I already know who that's going to be dedicated to. In fact, I know who the next few of them are going to be dedicated to. The few Asemic Writings. I've got a list of song titles and people who are going to have songs dedicated to them. Some people will have songs dedicated to them more than once. I've done that a few times. My daughter has more songs dedicated to her than anyone else. She's also the only person who's ever had a full album dedicated to her. My very first album is dedicated to her. And Sarah's probably number 2. Yeah. Some people are coming to Kick just for the extra money, and I also don't blame them for that. And a lot of that seems to center around some of these streaming services like Twitch are saying that they have to take these large cuts because it's so expensive to run the servers and all of that. I have also heard counter arguments against that, saying that servers really aren't as expensive as these large companies make them out to be. I have no idea how much it costs to buy and run a server, but I mean, so far, Kick.com doesn't seem to be running out of money, and they're taking a much smaller cut. I saw that XQC is on Kick, and he used to be, I think he was like one of the top 3 streamers on Twitch. And I saw him streaming, and there were like 55,000 viewers. And it's like, dude, that's 55,000 people that are not giving money to Twitch right now. They're not giving time to Twitch right now. That's gotta hurt. And there have been a few people, really, really big streamers come over. And it's like, yeah, if they bring their subscribers with them, they're gonna nearly double what they make. So why wouldn't they? If you're gonna pay us more, that's probably where we're gonna go. I can't even have subscribers on Twitch, because on Twitch, to get your affiliate program, you have to sign a contract. And with Kick, you just put in your information, done. There's no contract, nothing. All right. Well, hey, Deirdre, it's great having you here. Thanks for chatting and keeping things going. You had some great questions there. And we should video chat soon. We need to catch up. Hope you're doing well. I'll catch you on the flip. This next piece is called A Myth of Silence. anyways, Oliver, yeah, feel free to put that up in the Discord. There is a promotion channel in the Mad Poet Discord, and feel free to put that other concert up there. I will check it out, absolutely. Well, if I have time. I know Sarah's coming back tonight. She'll probably be a little on the late side, though. She's probably just leaving the west side now. It's a good 4-hour drive. If she gets out on time, which she may not. So, but yeah, please do. Yeah, feel free to promote yourself or whoever you want in the promo channel over there. Cool. And let's see here. I'm just gonna keep on rocking. This is called The Circus of the Serpent. right, now what kind of trouble am I going to get myself in here? We're going to get in some C sharp minor. A little of this. C sharp minor is an awesome key. I like all the keys though. What the hell? All right. Okay. Let's get my brain in straight here. That doesn't happen very often. This one is called Why Do You Forget Your Dreams? think I'm gonna have to come up with a name for these two lights. They deserve names. I refer to them sometimes as the cantankerous twins, but I think they deserve names because they're troublemakers, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. They're out there doing their own thing, making up their own minds. Like, no, we ain't gonna follow your lighting commands. We're just gonna do whatever we want. So, I like rebels. The world needs rebels. This next one is called "And You Laugh Quietly." Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the second G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. This one's called A Face in the Window. the names. Calvin Hobbs. That is what those lights are now officially named, Calvin and Hobbs, because those are definitely my troublemaker lights, and I definitely like that they're my troublemaker lights. So we got Calvin and Hobbs over there. Calvin's acted up twice today. Calvin and Hobbs is freaking awesome. Got a new phone. Oh, we got a raid on Twitch. Cool. Just raided in. It's IK West. Hey, thanks for the raid. Thank you very much for coming in. And welcome, Raiders. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoy the Mad Poet Show in all its Mad Poet craziness, because it's kind of what we do here. For those who are new to the stream, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Thank you very much for being here. And right now we're playing my 59th album. It's titled Hard 6. IK West, thank you very much for the compliment. I like my setup a lot too. It has been a long time in the making. And I don't know, I just saw that you did the raid, and you notice I just, these two lights over here, these ones, like, they're cantankerous. I just finally named them Calvin and Hobbs because they're always causing trouble. The rest of my lights are usually pretty well behaved. There's one under the desk that's not on right now. That it'd probably be Susie from the Calvin and Hobbs thing. She didn't cause nearly as much trouble, but every once in a while. But yeah, right now we're playing my 59th album. This album is titled Hard 6. We got 3 songs left, and I appreciate everyone for coming in. We're going to slow it down a little bit on this next song. This is called The Countdown. So we're cruising in on the last two songs of the evening. We've had a really great time today. We've had some really fun stuff going on in chat. Had some really great people in here. Had some fun conversations going down. I think I've had some new people in on Live Space, and definitely got some new. I haven't had a raid on Twitch in a long time, so that's really awesome to have IK West West coming in with that. So thank you very much to everybody, raiders, new followers on whatever platform, new viewers from whatever platform, and all my chatters, and I just had a great time. Second to last song is an E flat minor if you're following along. Makes some very fun use of the tritone. Very dissonant sound, I dig it. This is called There's Something Behind You. The lights in now, I need to check what's going on. I feel like I made a note of this last time I played this album, and then the electricity went out and my note got deleted. I think that's what happened. But I remember these lights being funky before, and then I never looked into it, so check... All right. This is the last song of the evening, everybody. Again, thank you very much for being here. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. Always a great time doing these shows. And again, thank you to my raters, to my new followers, subscribers, viewers, chatters, wherever you're coming in from. Had a great time on this one today. This is the last song. This is one of the slowest songs that I've ever done. I usually go real upbeat at the end of an album, but I just decided to keep this one calm. This is called In the Crosshairs. All right, gangsters, that's all I got for today. Again, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, or what have you, wherever you are. For the last time, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. And until next